All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to McBoss Capital live stream. My name is Michael Chu. We're just gonna look at the market this morning and go over stocks on the move. Today is Tuesday, May 6th, 2025. We are more than 1 hour into the market, 8:44 a.m. Mountain Time, which is 10:45 Eastern Time. Okay. So the market is down 0.6% on Nasdaq, 0.4% on Dow, 0.5% S&P. Volume is lower on Nasdaq and higher volume on New York Stock Exchange. This is off the morning lows. We'll look at the chart in a second. Looking at stocks in the move, many stocks are down this morning. So there's not many stocks here, but we'll come back to this in a second. Let's jump to the index here. Just going to look up the QQQ ETF here, Nasdaq 100. So we are starting to pull back and getting close to the 10-day right here. But you see we bounced off the lows this morning. And so we have a morning low right here. So that's a good potential stop level for any new entries. We did find resistance at 200-day, which is expected. I've been talking about this, and the 10-day was quite extended, so it did come back to near it. So now it's bouncing again, so it looks good while the 10-day is catching up. Yeah, very good bounce so far, I would say. We have recovered more than almost half now, so if it can continue to close strong, I think that's a good day for some stocks. The highlight of the day is Palantir. It report earnings. However, it didn't do well today, and I got stopped out this morning. Unfortunately, it's one of those risks you will have to take if just to remove from my stops here. But the last stop was right here, and so this is easier for you guys to see and for me to see. But yeah, we have a nice run, probably one of the best stock in the market, and so it has done a lot, right? But now, despite the earnings and forward guidance is really good, the stock still sell off. So the question is, will it bounce back by end of day? We'll have to see. We'll go to intraday, and we are starting to have a small bounce here. Yeah, generally my rule of thumb is I like to see a sustainable bounce. Um, Not necessarily have to come back above this high, but it would be nice to come back above this high for the day. Um, but at least some sustainable bounce, right? So like closing near the top of the range would be good, and that would be a better sign. And then because we bounce off 21-day, that's also another sign. So again, I'm looking for it to close near the top of the range if I do want to get back in. I think this pullback is healthy. Yeah. So anyhow, numbers are really strong, which means there's nothing wrong with this stuff at all. Really strong forward guidance. Okay, so that's that. Another stock that reported was HIMS. This one really zoom up this morning, up 13% right now. Um, Again, very strong numbers, 15 to 32 cents forward guidance, really strong. Looking at the daily chart, look at this move here. I think I did buy some shares this morning on the bounce. I just want to double check if it got executed. Yes, I did. So yeah, so this is my buy here. Um, And you can see the morning lows here. Like it actually gapped down, but it bounced so fast. Look at that. So I think I bought it on this bar right here, either this bar or the beginning of the next bar right here. But yeah, it was such a big bounce. It's crazy. And yeah, so very very good numbers. Yeah, so that's another stock that reported. Besides that, let's go to stocks in the move. Okay, Barrow, not the strongest earnings, so I'm gonna skip that. HIMS, we talk about XMTR. So some of these are reported as well, but they're really extended. Um, so this one reported 0.05. Yeah, it continued to improve, right? As you see the forward guidance. And sales are very consistent. Nice bounce. So here, so this is my original entry point. I sold some here. It's been bouncing, and it's a little bit extended to buy right now, obviously, but it is starting to come down a little bit from the high. So yeah, it's it's really more profit taking time than buying time right now. So that's XMTR. That looks good. I mean, these are some of the top stocks here, I think, at least on my list. So if I look at XMTR, even before today's move, it was already ranked 29. So yeah, and then today obviously it moved pretty strong. I think this morning was up as much as like 9% or 10%. So that's XMTR. FMS, another one that reported. Um, Unfortunately, I do not have this one. It was a really nice move. This is a nice bounce. Look at how tight it's trading right here. It never touched the 10-day. Never touched the 10-day here, and then boom. Also another stock that had really good earnings. So um, definitely a leader contender. Yeah. So it's definitely extended right now. CPS. Let me take a look at CPS. This auto truck been going higher since the earnings result. The number's a little bit weaker here. This one looks like a wrong number here. But yeah, it's been moving strong. So we'll go to my. Why is it doing that? Yes. Yeah. So this is not my criteria, but anyhow, something wrong with my screen. AM. Okay, so the gold stocks did bounce again today. We'll do that last. Let's go to IBD. This is another stock that is bouncing since earnings and very strong. It does have a lower quarter next second quarter September. That's the only reason why it's not on my list. But yeah, let me keep going here. AGI gold stock QFIN. This is Chinese stock. So Chinese stocks have been slowly bouncing. Um, this one has good earnings. You see, it's slowly bouncing. It's not like super fast. 15 days earnings deal. It's moving nicely here, like really tight trading right here. And it's riding the 10-day pretty good. So yeah, it looks pretty good. STRL is another one that reported this morning, and you can see it just went really extended now from in the 10 days. So again, not in buy zone, but yeah, very strong. Sterling also another leader, but the fourth quarter is starting to come down. So so that's the only problem here. So if I go to STRL, this is number 4 on the list. You can see Sterling, HIMS, of course Palantir, it went down this morning, right? And then we have Duolingo and Kavana. So those are stocks to be watching for. Kavana is reporting tomorrow, so that's another risk there. Then I think we have one more stock. It's MCK, McKesson. This is reporting 2 days. They have a little lower earnings here, but it's moving up slowly. Yeah, so that's MCK. Okay. I think we cover all the stocks except gold. We can look at a few gold here: AU, Argo, and WPF. Those are the ones that was up there earlier. So here's AU bouncing, right? Argo also bouncing. They're all reversing a little bit though. WPM also bouncing, reversing a little bit. So if we look at gold price today, it's making new high, right? I just feel the gold is relatively weaker lately. The gold stocks at least. It hasn't been acting. Yeah, I don't know. But then that's the nature of the gold stocks. So they're more volatile. They tend to open strong and close like weaker. But there's still a gap up, right? That's the trick here. It's still gap up, which means it's still a positive day. Okay, so even if it close at the bottom of the range, it's still a positive day. So it's very hard to trade that. I mean, this was the last trade that I missed. It pulled back so hard and then it bounced like super strong, right? And then now we have this pullback and now it looks like it's bouncing again. So whether this could continue, I'm not sure. Um, but that's a trade you could, it's a very fast trade for sure. Other than that, let me just go back to QQQ again. Let's see where it's trading right now. So it's still near the 0.7% mark, which is near the top of the range. So it's holding up pretty good. So today's low could be a support level. And let's go to SPY. Very similar chart, right? Looking at Dow, DIA, very similar chart, and IWM, also very similar chart. So we'll see if this can hold. That's the most important thing. So if I were to buy today, again, I'm gonna spread my risk throughout the day. It is a potential buy day because of this bounce from the 10 day. Yeah, looks pretty good. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys